entitled The Rise of the Karen and Ken. Introduction. Picture this, a coffee shop buzzing with the aroma of burnt espresso and the low hum of laptops desperately clinging to their Wi-Fi connections. In the midst of it all, a woman, blonde bob askew, sunglasses defiantly perched atop her head despite the downpour, voice pitched just shy of a mating peacock, proclaims her now legendary line, "Is this what you call hot?" She gestures at a tepid latte as if unveiling a crime scene. Employees scatter like gazelles sensing a lioness on the hunt. Phones rise, screens glow, and the audience, a delightful mix of horror and glee, leans in, aware that they are witnessing another episode of Planet Entitlement. Suppose you have ever found yourself torn between cheering for the beleaguered barista and admiring the sheer audacity of our caffeinated antihero. Welcome. You are among friends. This book, entitled The Rise of the Karen and Ken serves as your trusty guide, a colorful bestiary for the modern age, cataloging the rare and not-so-rare species of public tantrum artists, boutique bullies, and designer-clad drama llamas. Think of me as your David Attenborough if you were to swap his safari jacket for a slightly stained blazer and a notebook filled with passive-aggressive observations. But do not mistake this for a May collection of viral anecdotes, although the stories are plentiful and the meltdowns cinematic. What you are holding is a systematic exploration, a tongue-in-cheek taxonomy of the phenomenon we call modern entitlement. With playful scientific flair and field notes scrawled on everything from receipts to therapy bills, I will chronicle the habitats, mating calls, and migratory patterns of Karens, Kens, and their entourage. Each chapter acts both as a microscope and a mirror, inviting you to observe, reflect, and, if need be, shield your eyes. You may wonder why entitlement seems to have taken over. Why do these public performances both fascinate and frustrate us? What does this reveal about a culture of privilege, the psychology of outrage, and our uncanny familiarity with managers' first names? These questions are not rhetorical. They pulse at the heart of this book. I aim to navigate the minefields of manners and meltdowns, not just to entertain you but to explore what is truly at stake for victims, bystanders, perpetrators, and the poor souls in customer service. So, who am I to lead this expedition? I am Hugh Brent, a recovering optimist, chronicler of human absurdity, and owner of a coffee loyalty card boasting more stamps than the Queen. My background is rooted in psychology and media, and I have spent years observing the spectacle of public entitlement unfold in its natural habitat, often while sipping a large mug of coffee in various cafes. I have witnessed a grown man brandish legal threats over a slightly wrinkled napkin and seen diplomatic standoff sparked by lukewarm scones. More than once, I have been mistaken for a manager. My credentials: a mountain of notebooks filled with observations, alongside scars, both emotional and otherwise. This book is undoubtedly a source of entertainment. Expect to laugh, possibly snort, occasionally choke on your oat milk latte, but it is also a social critique. Satire, I believe, is a public service, and I wield it here as both a shield and a scalpel. We will roast the ridiculous, but with a side of empathy. For every Karen or Ken, there is a context, a backstory, and perhaps a glimmer of hope for redemption. This is not about mean-spirited mockery. It is about understanding, and at times, catharsis. Dear reader, I see you. I know you have rolled your eyes so hard at a public tantrum that you glimpsed another universe. You have swapped war stories with colleagues, shared memes in group chats, and perhaps, in a moment of weakness, considered answering a Yelp review with nothing but a GIF of a dumpster fire. You are not alone. This book aims to pick up the threads of your experiences, sometimes with razor-sharp wit, other times with a knowing nod. Think of it as your emotional support manual for surviving and occasionally thriving in a world where I demand to speak to the manager rings out like a battle cry. The structure is straightforward yet intricate. Each chapter dissects a different archetype or battleground of entitlement. We will journey from the hallowed aisles of boutique shops to the wild world of social media comment sections. Expect real-life incidents, fictionalized vignettes, because sometimes reality could use a bit of help, psychological insights, and, should you wish to brave it, quizzes, field notes, and survival tools for future encounters. You will meet the boutique bully, the airline outrager, the social media gladiator, and more. No two meltdowns are alike, and I promise variety, analysis, and a focus on behaviors rather than tired stereotypes. You may be concerned that this will merely parade tired jokes and recycled memes. I hear you. While easy punchlines abound, I aim to delve deeper into this rich and often raw topic. There are moments in modern society when the mask of civility slips, revealing something untamed beneath, the unchecked ID, clad in athleisure and armed with a reusable mug and a grievance sharp enough to cut steel. Consider the early morning cafe, where a barista's smile fades as a sharply angled haircut announces its owner's outrage over a missing oat milk, demanding the manager as if by sovereign right. Eyes dart, regulars brace. It is in these ordinary arenas, artisanal bakeries, HOA forums, and especially the digital battlegrounds of Facebook groups, that this drama plays out. Those who have witnessed public tantrums and online rants are familiar with the emotional fallout. This chapter opens our field guide, charting the habitats, rituals, and social ranks of those who've made outrage a competitive sport. We catalogue the creatures of entitlement with care, wit, and a little anthropological distance. To name a thing is to tame it.